Now, it's been a while. This last mission took its time. So Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2 gives you the option to import your character from Mass Effect 1. You don't have to make a whole new Shepard. But we'll get to that in a bit. Because as soon as you start the game, you're introduced to your immediate demise by the Reapers, you presume. You save Joker and your crew just before you get shot in your air tank and busted into space because you suffocate and plummet through a planet's atmosphere to your death. But now you get the option to choose what your class is. And I think augment what you look like. Because then, the next thing you know, you've woken up. You're Shepard once more. But with a few scars. A little cold, I think. And it's go time. Because there's a siren and you're being told to get out by some chick. So you do as the commander does and shoot your way out. You find a guy, Jacob, saying that he's hacking something, but you just beat the bots. And you take Jacob and Jacob's escortee just to get shot by Miranda. That's the chick that was telling you to get out. And she tells you that he was a traitor, so it was we just needed Jacob and yourself. So now it's time to go talk to the Elusive Man. And the Elusive Man tells you that it's time to go because the Collectors and the Reapers are gonna eat humanity. So you're sent to a planet that apparently has some Collector relevance. And you find some Quarians that actually have information on how the Collectors are abducting all these human colonists. And you find your old pal Tolly. And you're like, hey, do you want to join us? She's like, no, I have stuff to do. And you're like, I need this guy. She's like, he's crazy. Your team members are like, he's crazy. You're like, I think he might be crazy. Give me his stuff. And so you get out of there, you talk to the Elusive Man, and the Elusive Man tells you, cool, now you need to go get some more people because we need more people to fight the Collectors. So you go find some people. And you have dossiers that the Elusive Man gives you on Archangel, a Doctor, and a Krogan. Luckily enough, 2 of those 3 guys are on the same planet, Omega. Let's go check out Omega. And so you go to Omega, you forget that you have the Zaid DLC, and you meet Zaid. And then you go into the Omega terminal, and everyone's like, hey, Arya wants to talk to you. And you're like, alright. So you go to her club, you ask her what's up, she's like, alright. I own this planet cluster. This is my domain, so like, don't try to do anything against me, alright? Just be cool. And you're like, I can be cool. Just as long as you tell me where these 2 guys are. She's like, alright. There's a guy over there and a guy over there to help you on your missions. And so you go to the guy over there. And over there is a guy telling you to sign up to the mercenaries. So you push some tween around, and then the mercenary groups are like, cool, let's go. And so you go to this long bridge place with a bunch of mercenaries. You find a guy that's got a heli chopper. You shock him. And then you go forward because you gotta get Archangel. So you go forward. You enter his little base. Turns out it's Garrus. So Garrus is Archangel, and you have to help Archangel get out of here. But there's a bunch of mercenaries coming up that Garrus wants to take out. And you're like, dude, I can do that for you. And he's like, alright, go do that 3 times downstairs. And so you close the door. You close the door on the Pyro, and then you close the door on the Krogan. Garrus is like, alright. I think we're good. Oh wait, there's a chopper. The chopper comes in, but because you shocked that guy, the heli chopper is only half health. So you shoot the heli chopper down, and you shoot all the mercenaries, but turns out there's another heli chopper that shoots Garrus. And so you gotta destroy that heli chopper and kill all the mercenary leaders so you can get Garrus out. And so you save Garrus, and he comes back, and you're like, well, you look uglier than ever. And he's like, you son of a bitch. And you guys laugh, and he's got a little patch on his cheek. And now you gotta go get the doctor, so you take Garrus with you. You're like, alright, dude, you said that you could do this, so let's go. And so you head to the doctor. But there's this Turian who tells you that Turians will immediately die if they cross this point. So you have to choose your human companions once more. So you choose your human companions and you go forward. You find some dying, sickly people. And then you find your way to the doctor's hospital. And there you find Morden, who immediately finds you out. Tells you that he'll join your group if you turn on some fans for him. And you're like, I can totally do that. So you head out to totally do that. But turns out that you have to turn on a generator and 2 giant fans with Krogans in front of them. And Krogans like to fight. So you have to fight like 4 Krogan. And a lot of Gav. A lot of Vorcha. A lot of Vorcha in this game. So you fight the Vorcha and the Krogan, you come back to Morden's clinic, he's like, it's time to go, dude. You did it, I did it, we did it, let's go. And so you go, and now you have the doctor, and your sniper, now you just gotta go get your Krogan. So you head over to get your Krogan, and you find this planet with a bunch of Krogan that are just standing around fighting mercenaries. And so you fight the mercenaries with them, and then you talk to one of them and you're like, you don't seem right. He's like, I am perfect for my position. Go that way. And you're like, alright. So you go that way, fight some more mercenaries, you find the scientist Ukir. He's like, this is my perfect creation. You must take me and it together. And then he's like, wait, something smells funny. I think I need you to go fight that chick. And so you go fight the chick and you come back. And Okir's dead. But the tank Morn isn't. So you take the tank and the computers on Normandy. And you wake up this Krogan guy after everyone telling you not to. You're like, no, I need a Krogan. So you wake him up. He's like, you must die right now because I am Krogan. But I need a name and your name. You're like, hey, I'm Shepard. He's like, I think my name shall be Grunt. And you're like, cool. Do you want to fight for us? He's like, only if your enemies are strong. He's like, they're pretty strong. He's like, alright, I'll fight for you. And then you guys shake hands after you put your gun away. So now you have a fresh set of crew. The elusive man's like, hey dude, do you want to go check this planet out. There's collectors among them. You're like, okay. So you go there. Turns out Alenko's there. And the whole colony is getting paralyzed. But you got Morden on your back. So he took care of that. You now have protective shields against these collector swarms. Because that's how you see that they take everybody. These little bugs paralyze everybody. And then the collectors just come and pick everybody up. Easy peasy. But now, you got your Solarian buddy Morden, who counteracted that. So here you come to Horizon, I think. You fight some collectors. You find a guy in a warehouse. He tells you to fuck off. You're like, only if you tell us where your weapons are. He's like, I don't even know how to work those. He's like, you tell him, you're from the Alliance. You are Commander Shepard. You can make it happen. So you go out to make it happen. But there's a bunch of collectors. And Harbinger. This, I don't know, bigger pawn of the Reapers that controls the lesser collectors. He assumes direct control, and so now a collector will have barriers and armor now. But you take out the collector Reaver or whatever it is, and then you set off the weapon system to get them to back off. So they back off, and that's when Kaden Alenko shows up and just chews your butt out. You're like, Kaden, I thought we'd be cool. He's like, no, you work for Cerberus. No, I work with Cerberus. It's like, no, you still have that Cerberus logo on you. You're like, Kaden? Kaden's like, no, it's not like that anymore. And so you go off planet and you talk to the Elusive Man. And the Elusive Man tells you to just keep doing what you're doing. So you go collect more team members. And now, you got a few to choose from. You got yourself here, let me read them off. You got the Quarian, you got the Justicar, you got the Assassin, and you got the Biotic. Make your choice. Because once you do, you're gonna meet Tali. You're gonna meet Tali at this planet that's being fried by the sun. There's a bunch of Geth. You gotta blow up some stuff. All while making sure you don't die from the sun. It's nuts. So you make it to Tali after finding her general just pinned down and dying to an allergic infection. You kill the Prime, you find Tali, you're like, alright Tali, you ready to go? She's like, you saved my guy, and I got all the information, I think it's time to go. So, now you got 3 left to choose from. But there's 2 on the same planet once more. So let's leave those for last. Let's go get your Biotic, because she's in a high security prison in the middle of space, owned by the Blue Sun mercenaries. So you show up, you're like, what's going on here? Where's my girl? He's like, just go to the end of the hall. So you talk to some guys, and then when you turn around, they're like, yeah, you're gonna be our prisoner. And you're like, no. So you let Jack loose, and Jack just tears up the place, except for some mercenaries. So you kill the mercenaries, and then you find Jack, and she's all ravaged, and you're like, how about you just hang out with us? She's like, fine. And so she finds her quiet little nook at the bottom of the ship, and now it's time to go find the last two partners. You find the Justicar and the Assassin on the super fancy Asari planet. But turns out Liara's here, and she's a high-level shadow broker agent. So she tells you to do some stuff for you after you ask her where you guys are. You're like, alright, Liara, I'll get right on that. But then you find out that this Justicar is about to kill somebody, so you're like, you know what, I'm gonna take care of that first. So you go to the police department, and you're like, hey guys, where's the Justicar? She's like, she's over there. I really don't want her to start killing people. Can you take care of her? So you go and you talk to her, and she stands down, and the police chick is like, thank you very much. Please make sure she doesn't kill any more people. Go now. And so you go now, and you find out who actually killed this Volus. And then you find some extra dirt, and you give it to Samara and this police lady. The mission is satisfied on Samara's end, and you give some more information to the police, and so you get some more credits, and you get a new companion. But you got one more companion to pick up. So you head over to that chick who told you she could get you to the top of this building, close to where the assassin was heading. So you walk in, you find a door that you can hack, and turns out there's these two Solarian schmucks who got locked in here by the assassin. They're like, he's here for our boss. We don't care that he's here for her. We just didn't want to die. If she dies, shoot her again for us. You're like, damn. Alright, get out of here, you scamps. And you walk up, and you find this Blue Sun guy just hanging out. And so you bust his brains out by pushing him through a window to his death. And you find the room with their boss. You're like, hey, you're about to die. She's like, no, because I have mercenary bodyguards. You're like, I don't think you understand, because... And as you're about to tell her what's happening, Thane just shows up, kills her mercenaries without her even noticing, and then just popping her in the abdomen. Just like that, puts her to rest. He's like, hey, that was my last mission. Can I hang out with you now? You're like, yes, please. He's like, cool. I'll be on the ship. You're like, alright. So you go into the ship, and now you have this giant crew that you need to talk to, because you need to tell them that this fight with the collectors, it's probably a suicide mission. So you tell that to everybody, and everybody tells you, hey, I just want to do one more thing. Is that cool? You're like, do you have any improvements for the Normandy first? So they tell you that, sweating bullets. Like, so can we go do that one thing I want to do before I die? And you're like, alright, let's go. So you take care of this giant laundry list of stuff that the crew wants you to do. And so the elusive man notices that you're doing all this stuff, and he's like, hey, do you know that there's this collector base ship that's kind of dead in space that these Turians just told us about? Do you want to go check that out? You're like, I'll check it out. And so you put this on the top because Elusive Man literally gave you life. So you go to this collector ship, and here is where you find that the collectors are actually Protheans. Remember those guys from the last game? Your thrifty, nifty, eat-y AI buddy just helps you out from the whole game. She's introduced a lot earlier, but she doesn't do too much in the story necessarily. She actually Edie actually helps you set up the arms defense on Horizon, and she just helps Joker. She's just Joker plus, because it's not until this collector mission that she's like, hey, I found out that through all this information, these are the collectors. These collectors are the Protheans. You're like, wow. How do you know that? It's their DNA. You're like, wow. So you go through the base, trying to find the colonists, but you don't. You actually find out that it was a trap. And you're supposed to help Edie make sure that you guys don't die, because she sets up a control link to help you get out. So you fight a bunch of collectors, and then you have to run out. Thanks with Edie. And you find more collectors on the way out. And on the way out, you're like, so what did we get? We are like, Edie's all like, well, we got some information. And then she's like, but the Elusive Man wants to talk to you. So you talk to the Elusive Man, and the Elusive Man tells you, hey, so Edie found out that we need IFF. It's a friendship flag signal so that the collectors can easily go in and out, safely go in and out of the Omega Relay. That's why everyone else ends up crashing and dying. You're like, okay, so how do we do that? And the Elusive Man's like, I think there's this dead Reaper that should have it. I'll give you the dossier. And you're like, cool. So I'm gonna go finish up these things with my crew, and I'll talk to you later. He's like, goodbye, Shepard. And so you log out, and you go do your laundry list. You help Garrus kill a guy. You help Thane take care of his boy. You help Samara take care of her girl. You help Tali avoid extradition from her ship on treason. You help Jack set off a nuke. Just simple stuff. Morden wants to find his lost, kidnapped, possibly murdered student. And Grunt just wants to kill a bunch of guys. So you go help him kill a Thresher Maw. Now, on top of that, Miranda and Jacob, from the very beginning, very modest. They just wanted you to do some simple stuff. Apparently Miranda kidnapped / saved her baby sister from her dad because her dad genetically and artificially modified. What's that? Nothing. Miranda wants to elude her sister from her dad's goals for his daughters. So you have to go kill some guys to make sure that they don't kidnap his daughter from her new adoptive family. And so then you convince Miranda to go talk to her sister that she just did a bunch of shit for again, apparently. And Jacob apparently found some information about the ship that his dad died on. So you want to go check that out. It turns out that his dad kind of made a slave ring to himself he cast out all the men and made sure that all the chicks stayed with him, and he fed everyone the neurologically damaging food of this planet. So everyone were children, and he was fine. He took their words, as one of them later explains in their dossier. Finally, now that you've made a mess of your squad, you have to go find the IFF because you want to go punch the collectors in their face. So you go find that dead Reaper. In that dead Reaper, there's a Geth. And the Geth holds an N7 plate on his shoulder. You're like, what's that? That is very new. And so you continue through this little corridor, finding a bunch of collectors. And then you find that the Geth is actually taking some information. And then he gets whacked by one of the collectors. So you have to fight all the collectors. And then pick up your Geth buddy. And take the information from the dead Reaper. You finish that after many tries. And on the ship, Edie's all like, alright, Shepard, this is very dangerous. No species has ever activated a live Geth in a ship before to tell the story. I'm going to set up all my defenses into this single room. It's your call to turn them on. And so you go in, and you turn them on, and the Geth wakes up, and you're like, hi. He's like, hello. You're like, so, who are you? He's like, I am Geth. Okay, so who are you though? He's like, I am Geth. You're like, okay, little guardian of the galaxy. Who am I speaking to you? Who am I speaking to right now? And he explains a lot of things. He's like, oh dude, like, I'm a single Geth. I'm connected to a bunch of Geth units actually. So I'm one of the more like legit Geth. What's up? I don't really have a name. And then Edie's like, so Legion, from like that Bible passage. And then Legion's all like, yes, I know that passage exactly. Cool. I am Legion. So, Shepard, the Geth that you've been fighting are thinking on the lines of more of like 1.1001. Look, dude, we think 1.100001. Do you understand? You're like, I think so. Will you help us? He's like, yes. Yes, we will. You're like, cool. Do you know any way to upgrade the ship? He's like, yeah, I can give you some stuff. You're like, cool. Do you need to do anything? He's like, I need to do one thing that we believe needs to be done. We're like, okay. We'll go do that. And so you head off to this heretic Geth ship. And you show up, you kill a bunch of Geth and their computer babies, or computer terminals, and then throughout it, you're like, hey, so what are we going to do? He's like, I think we're going to kill them. You're like, are you sure you want to kill them? He's like, I think we might merge them. You're like, are you sure? He's like, I don't know. And so you're like, alright, well, it's time to merge them, dude. And so you fight some Geth while Legion tries to upload this mind meld. And then you get out of there. You talk to the elusive man. He's like, alright dude, just, it's time to do it, man. Are you ready? You're like, I don't know about it. Let me just go, let me go do this one thing that Miranda said we're gonna do. And so, your entire crew, like your companions, leave the ship. It's just Joker, Edie, and the ship crew. So I don't know what you guys do, but I know that Joker got hit by the collectors and everyone on the ship got abducted except for Joker. Everyone got abducted except for Joker. And Joker makes Edie a full-fledged AI. She had a bunch of like shackles before. No, not anymore. She has full control of the ship. She just gets rid of the collectors, comes back to Shepard. You're all like, I think it's time to go, guys. You're like, yeah, they're gonna kill our crew. You're like, nope, not on my watch. And so you go through that Omega 4 relay. You enter the end game, and you find out that everyone died because they would just crash into more debris. But because you have upgrades, your ship's shields survive the hard entrance. You land on the base. You tell everybody it's time to go, and that Tali and Garrus are in charge on the first phase. You guys just survived an Oculus. The rest of this mission should be fine. So you enter, and Tali immediately tells you that she is being boiled alive. You're like, oh. So you walk through the collector base, turning off or opening some gaskets or something so that Tali can keep going forward. And so you get her through after fighting Harbinger many times. And finally she gets to the place that she needs to be to hack the door. You get through the door and everyone saves everybody and it's awesome. And then you have to go to another part with a bunch of collector bugs. So you gotta choose a biotic. Any biotic will do as long as they're loyal. And you forgot that you actually let Samara's daughter go, so she doesn't really like you very much. So you tell Jacob because you helped him out with his dad. And so he's walking around with just one hand as his biotic shield, and then you're fighting all these collectors, and then next thing you know, Jacob is like hunched over, crawling, because he can't handle the freaking barrier. So you strenuously and oh so slowly get to the end. Jacob makes it through, but Jack wants to keep shooting guys, so she just gets whisked off to shoot more guys, right?
Jack, how do you mean?
And so you let her go. She has to be the best her. And you walk in with the rest of your crew. You're like, alright, so Jack's over there. How's Grunt doing? And then Grunt shows up. He's like, I think I ate too many bullets to the face, Shepard. I'm just gonna hang out right here. And so you let him sleep it off right there. And you tell Morden to take everybody from the Normandy that got abducted home to the Normandy. And so Morden takes everyone home, and you go to the very center to destroy the collector base. But then you find that there's a Reaper baby that looks like people. You're like, people are Reapers? What? And so the elusive man quickly tells you, hey, can you not blow up the Reaper, please? You're like, alright, I'll just kill the collectors. And Luciman's like, that is fantastic, dude. And so you make the Reaper fall and break, and then you fight some collectors because they don't want you to do that. But then the Reaper wakes up, and he's just gonna fuck you up for a bit. But you have big guns, and big guns kill big things. So you kill the Reaper. And as you kill that Reaper, you have to book it. And so you book it. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Because the nuke is about to go off. So you go to the Normandy. Everyone gets on except for you. Because just as Zaid makes it over, everything crumbles in front of where the Normandy was. So you gotta jump. So you do a jump. And then Zaid and Garrus pick you up. And Joker shoots some guys. And then you book it. You forget about Samara and Miranda, though. They were trying to like do something with the collectors or something. But the nuke goes off. And then Harbinger the Reaper lets go of Harbinger the controller. And so the controller like turns to see his demise as he's lost complete help from the Reapers. And you guys make it off. And you talk to the Elusive Man one last time. You tell them that you're pretty mad. You lost 4 guys this time. They're all still on that ship. That ship base. And the Elusive Man just smiles. He's like, hey dude, you got all that information from the collectors and that Reaper baby? I think you did good, man. You're off the hook. You're free to do whatever you want. You're like, damn right I am. And so you log off. You walk down to your cargo bay. Turns out you actually have the bodies with you. You're taking them to bury them. And you lost 4 guys. But you got the rest of your crew.
Tank born! The ones that matter didn't die.